Hello everybody. Thanks so much for coming in. In tonight's live, we are going to decorate, create, pour, pull string, ink on a bunch of different photo papers for a project that's coming up. So I thought this would be a little bit of fun it's the last day of May, so this is being my 8:30 p.m. time slot for May, and yeah, it's been fun. So what I'm going to do from here on out is I'll be going live on Sundays, Tuesdays and Wednesdays at 8:30 p.m. and on Mondays and Thursdays it will be 11 p.m. It will be a late night live, and on the Friday or the Saturday I'll have a video to upload or something about what I've been doing, and yeah, so that is a little bit of fun now that I've officially sorted out my days. So I'm going to do up, hello. I'm going to do up a little information like with my days of the week and what time I'll be and where I'll be. And yeah, so this is the leftover paint from last night. So we'll use it for some of this as well. I'll have whatever paint I reach out and grab. I will use some alcohol inks. I've got the balloon ready. I've got the string, well, my 8-ply acrylic wool, and the hair pick to create some extra little patterns in there. And so lots going on, because I didn't want all the photo papers to be too similar. So I thought, let's shake it up and do a couple of each. So, and I'm also going to pull out a bit of this crystal white fine glitter, and this I will sprinkle lightly, ever so lightly, over some of them. So I'm just going to separate that now and pop it into a little container because it's very, very fine. And I think I've tried to close this a few times with resin on my fingers, so it's actually not closing properly. Okay, so I'll put that aside. We'll start off with a couple of alcohol inks, I think, because that's the noisiest option. So these are 6x4 photo papers. They're Canon photo papers, and so we're going to use the glossy side. And if we start on here, this is for the alcohol ink. I don't want you too much. Alright. So I use 100% isopropyl alcohol, which I have into this little bottle. And this is for the more direct contact. This is for the bigger squirts. And I also have it in a spritz bottle. So just the other things that I know create effects as well. So let's start with some teal and lime green. So the project, what I want to create out of this, there's no set thing in mind. I just want a whole bunch of photo papers and be able to look at them and go, right, that one, I can use that one today. Or whether or not I can use a couple of them together. So I just want to have them ready to go, ready to use at a moment's thought, really. So just move that around a little bit. And I might use the heat gun for this one. Oh, it's out of focus. I might just move you over to the side a little bit. Okay. Graham, how are you going? It's been a while. All right. So I do want to catch these colors, so I'll just manipulate it a little bit with my finger to get that alcohol completely covering those areas, and add, which one? Teal. Because it looks like the lime took over from the teal. So let's try and bring that back up. And then dry it off again. Okay, baby cakes. Hello, hello. You waited up, but you're not going to last long. Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you. But absolutely understand. Absolutely, you need to go to sleep when you're tired. No problem. Okay, let's go with another one. But this time I think I'd like to just do some Senorita Magenta. And because I've already put down the alcohol, I'm just going to blow it and kind of just try and lead it all towards the center. So that looks nice. It's got those nice ridges and outlines. So just want to cover this last corner. Even if it's just by manipulating what's already there to put a light shade of pink in that section. Oh, that is pretty. Yes. This is one of my first and one of my favorites too. Okay, so that is all covered. So I'll pop that one aside. See, this is what I mean about I really wanted to do a bunch. So let's have some fun with it. So I'm going to do the balloon here. So I will need some white because that's what I discovered with creating those squished effects from the balloon with the alcohol ink. And for this one, I'd like to go with some blues. How about the blue violet? So this one is a little puddle, a drop of that. Whoops, two. That might have been too many, but I can't remember. Okay, white. Oh, it's running into the edge. Okay, balloon. Oh, I got white on there again. Okay. Add some more alcohol in a couple of areas. The blue. The white. Get that. Some more alcohol. So the isopropyl alcohol, it evaporates very quickly. So I'll just put some white. Use this finer point. Couple of drops of white, those clear ones. And I think that one's all done. It looks like on this end I'm having some trouble with focusing. The balloon technique is fun, absolutely. I love those little finer details. And this is something, so if I can cut a shape out of that later on and add it as a feature to something else or make other items with it, how fun would that be? So I'll put down this one. So I've kind of got the greens up there. I've got pink. I've got the blue violet. And that's it. Now I'm just wondering, what about some yellow and orange? I think that would look nice. So just trying to clean off my balloon as much as possible. So sorry about that. There's not like to clean it off between colours or it will taint any further colours in there. So, this is the Sunbright Yellow and the Tangerine. I think that looks stunning. Nice and vibrant for something that pops up that needs a little bit of sunshine, perhaps. Going into that centre again. So I think we might see about lots of colour and ballooning it again. And I'll just add a bunch of white in and amongst those colours. And we'll see, this will be a good test as to whether I got all the blue violet off. Oh, how fun. That is so vibrant. I love these two together. I think we might add some gold into this. So yeah, there is a little bit of residue left over from the previous colours. So because the gold is a metallic, you need to shake it loose, and it has those little balls in there so that you know that you've given it a good shake. But I want to, look at that, see how it blooms out with all that little beautiful gold flakes. That is awesome. Love that. All right. So that's not fully dry, but it will be. It won't take long. It'll be dry by the time we're finished. Alright, so I think that is a nice range of colours. Let's see, maybe we could go one more in the alcohol ink, and I think I'd like to stick to the balloon or a brush. How about a brush? So let's go with the lighter blue of the Baja Blue. Right. Okay. And see about I'm holding the brush at a distance so I can try and lay it down on an angle. I may have too much alcohol down there, but we can work some of that off. I'm going to fall back onto some gold. Just creating some patterns in there as it dries and it evaporates. Just aiming to get some of that off on the paper towel now. So and just continue. The lines are just coming from wherever I feel. And the alcohol ink is starting to dry up now. See, for this one, I may not particularly use all of it. It's a really bad angle, isn't it? Sorry about that. But that center section may be something that I could cut out to use. It doesn't necessarily mean that I need to use all of the card, but I can find a really pretty section of it and utilize that bit. So, okay, let's move that aside. Let's just have a quick scan of those ones. So the greens, pinks, some of that purple. Beautiful. I love the balloon. That is so much more orange in person. And then the blue with the gold. It's all very subtle. But here we go. So let's pop this aside now. Clean that up later. Yeah, so who else is in who wants to pop in and say hello or got any questions? Some quick questions for the transition between the alcohol inks to the acrylic paint. So yeah, we are doing well over here, Graham, by the way. Sorry, I didn't answer that before. I hope you guys are well. All right. Also, I've created a Facebook group called Creating and Sharing with Tracy. Don't forget to put the E in Tracy. And yeah, a way that we can create our beautiful pieces and share them with one another. So even if it's one that's been inspired by somebody, always be sure to make a note of that. But yeah, come and share it. The group's still relatively new and building on people each and every day, so that's awesome. Right, so I'm going to start with here's some paper I prepared earlier. All right. So we're going to utilize this paint that I had left over from last night's, which is drying beautifully, by the way. So this one has pink, purple and gold. And so perhaps for this one we might try, let's press them together and see what we get. So we'll do 2. Just pouring it out. Lay them on top of each other. Press them in, just in case I do get air pockets because of the way I poured it on there. And then I think I'll twist it. So I'll give it a twist, twist and lift. Oh, wow. That's pretty. I scoop some of that there. Oh, that is awesome. That'll look really sweet. Just fill in the paper. Just in case this is something that I'd like to create a full image of. But maybe not. I think if I play with it too much around here, I'll lose it. But there's most definitely beautiful sections in there. So that is awesome. I'll just move those aside so we can get on with some more before we go. I think that's called negative space, isn't it? So I'll check it. Oh, that's beautiful. I like the twist. All right. Julia, how you going? Oh my gosh, 4 a.m. in Arizona. Oh dear. Thank you so much for watching. That is very early. Or is it very late? What do you got? You're up too. Have you woken up, or are you still, or are you yet to go to bed? So I think for this one I'd like to put some blue. We'll do a dip. If the blue comes to the end. And darker blue as well. It's the same. Still awake from Saturday. My gosh. Wow. I might just need to let that sit for a moment. All right. So with this one, we'll see if this blue will give us any more. Doesn't seem so. There. A little bit. And I do also have some silver left over from the other night, the previous other night as well. So we'll fuss for a little bit of shimmer. The other one had some gold. We'll put some silver in here. All right, so shiny side down. Just try and make sure that it fills in some of those gaps again. Give it a bit of movement. And I think this one will add a bit of that really fine glitter too. So let's have a look. There are quite a few gaps. I think I need to add more. Well, adding more, just well, that's it. More silver then. I think I've got to remember that photo paper is rectangular, not square. So that's a good point. So I'll pop that back down in there. And instead of picking it up in one direction, I think we'll turn it again, twist it. Does the photo paper not warp? It doesn't, because it does have that. Oh, that's pretty. It has a clear side, which is kind of plasticky. So that's the side we're putting down. Just grab this bottom section. Oh, pretty. All right, so I feel like, especially with those colors, definitely worth adding a sprinkle of the really fine glitter. I'll find glitter on everything over the next few days. Oh dear. Watching the live reports. Oh, that's really pretty. Thank you, baby cakes. So cool. All right. So you can see where the glitter is. And that will just give it a really nice sparkle. So that's pretty. I definitely like this effect that the twist gives it. So now that we still have some of that blue down there, and we still have some of this in the cup, what if we combine the two? There's no guarantee, but it might just show up with only a slight hint of blue or something, but let's have fun. Actually, my eyes wandered over and spotted the lime. So if I add some of this to it, and we'll go in here. So there's already some gold and silver in there. Just pushing it down without pushing too hard all at the same time. So we're going to do another twist because I think that is the most effective result I'm getting. So twist. Oh, I didn't twist so much, but wow. Check that out. That is really pretty. Just get these corners. A bit of blue. That is beautiful. So, you know, Anne-Marie Ridderhoff would do this at the end of her paintings. And try and get it to bend without putting my finger in the middle. There we go. Oh, that didn't work so well. Okay. It turns out that my photo paper doesn't like to bend quite like hers does. And now I've dropped it. So not quite the same anymore. That's okay. So let's pop this down here. So it started to go muddy now because of all that extra dipping, the dropping, dipping and dropping. So let's have a look at how we can get an effect with the comb, because it's already got effects going this way that you can't see very well. And that's worse. Okay. Okay. So that one's a bit of a mess. But I think what we might do is pretty much like something, if you don't love it, you don't have to keep it. Okay. Let's see if we can do something prettier. Yeah. smashing photo paper and drippings make such pretty patterns. Absolutely. And that's pretty much similar to what I'm trying to recreate. So I think we're going to go with a lot of lime and my mixed purple. Are you serious? One of the things I've noticed when you try and keep bottles to reuse them for paint, some of the caps on the top aren't as accommodating as others. So, never mind. Let's go for a bit of vibrancy. Wipe the comb off, run it through. Give it some silver. And this one, let's do the two. Oh, I was going to do a balloon one, but it looks like we've already covered all my photo papers that I had out ready to go. So there we have it. So I'll pick them up, twist them and pull them apart, see what we get. Oh dear, mud. Oh dear. They're not the most terrible I've ever seen. They're also not the prettiest. So. Alright. So just out of curiosity now, because I totally botched that one too. Don't know till you try. I know. Do you seal them at all with like a spray clear coat? I do, depending on what I'm doing. I will give them a clear varnish. I have satin and gloss, but I generally don't use the gloss because if I'm doing this to create something and then it goes on top of, say, a wooden piece and I want to resin over the top, I don't want to have gloss on here. So I want to add in, maybe I'll go with okay. That should be enough there. And let's just see if there's enough contrast in there for a bit of balloon, because either way, if I leave them how they were, I'm not going to keep them. Although you never do know. And I think that is much prettier. That looks like a forest or a garden. Oh, so much better. Fabulous. Love it now. And because that one took that little bit of extra doing, they're going to get a little sprinkle of the glitter too. Like magic fairy dust in the garden they call home. Okay. Alright, so you're ready to have a close-up look? I'll have a quick look over all of them and then we'll sign off. So, yeah. So I'll just run over it again quickly. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Give the video a thumbs up. Leave a comment below and share it with others who might also appreciate it. So here we've got the alcohol inks. Balloons saved the day today, I will admit. So, come back over here. Couple of smashes using leftover paint. Another one. And then the balloon saving the day again. They look amazing now. So yeah, thank you so much everybody for being here. I really appreciate it. I hope that you learned something or relaxed while you watched it or found some inspiration. So all of it is wonderful and I'm so grateful for you for being here. So with all that said, I would just like to wish you well. Take care out there. And with that, just getting my fingers under it. Sorry. All right. So be kind, be creative, and be fabulous. Bye.